How you been? Hanging in there. Hanging in there like a motherfucker. It's tightrope season like a motherfucker, man. Walking that fine line. The I haven't heard of the white truffle strain though, Pat. Let's see. What's going on, Peter Pan? I tried to get help from ACLU. Yeah, man. What they have to say? I know it's probably some bullshit. Probably some bullshit. Everybody be shooting us to the left, to the right, acting like they're interested and they want to know what's going on when they really already know what's going on. And they're just playing their part. I don't think, since the government runs this and the government can come in and shut down shop on anything you got going, whether it's a legitimate business or whatever. They'll fucking, if they can't find something, they'll put something there to make sure they get your ass shut down. And, people are scared of that shit. Lawyers, all that shit. So we ain't got too much help. When they see that it's a conglomerate of fucking high powers and a bunch of corporations and secret societies, you got the weenies and the blue shirts and shit. I don't even want to give credit to their fucking name. You got the 33 boys or whatever you want to fucking call them, participating in this shit. So ain't too many motherfuckers gonna want to go up against that, man. But they'll give us the fucking, they'll give us the impression that they care, that they, that they're interested and they want to know what we're talking about, but they already know. American Civil Liberties Union. Yeah. What they have to say? My thoughts on the Sacramento shooting. I'm not. I haven't come to any. I still gotta hear a little bit more about it and shit. Right now, all I've heard is that it was like two separate crowds, and they got into a fight, and then there were gunshots and shit. But they haven't gotten too deep into the story, at least from what I've heard so far. But it's just, the thing is, like, these mass shootings just ain't, these mass shootings just ain't occurring and shit. So you gotta the two things to pay attention to is the debriefing when they all get on the fucking their little stage and platform and inform the people, if you will, and see what they say. Right now, they're just saying it's two different crowds. And then you gotta listen for their fucking bullshit. Listen for the monsters, and you'll hear. You'll know if it's some real shit. I think they're sweeping something under the rug. I think personally, but I can't really say because I don't know too much about the story yet. From what they've put out, I haven't been able to get anything from it as far as it being related to targeting and shit. But it's a lot of shit going on right now that is related to targeting that they are covering up. A lot of murders. They either can't find the suspect, or they try and relate it to some gang banging type shit. But eventually that shit's gonna come out. They can't hide this program forever. Not at the pace it's going. Not at the it's picking up. A lot of fucking people are being indoctrinated. A lot of people are getting wrapped up in this program. Shit, you just type in targeted individual and go to your filters and type in, go to the filters, and when they say when it was posted, go for today. Just go for today. Every day, type in targeted individual or gang stalking, and go to your filters and hit post it today, and you'll see every day there's a new fucking targeted individual popping up. You gotta take it with a grain of salt though, because we do have the fucking goofballs that get on here and try and make us look crazy and shit. But there's some legitimate ones out there too, man. Like if you're going through this shit and you hear their stories, you can relate to when somebody's bullshitting, and when somebody's being real. That bullshit ain't for us. Like, that bullshit is for just the people who don't know what the fuck is going on. They refuse to help me. ACLU says they have no funds. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And that's bullshit. They have funds. Just let somebody with some type of fucking prestige fucking get into it with some type of, the police or some shit like that. Let somebody with some prestige. Oh, that shit'll be on the news. ACL will be on the front fucking deck. On the front deck. And that's the same thing with fucking, that's the same thing with that fucking, whatever that elite black, the elite black people that, come out and speak for people and shit. I forget that. I don't even pay attention to those fuckers no more. Like, that's all, that's for people with money. I think it's NAACP. NAACP, man, that ain't for no fucking, that shit's for fucking the rich elite of the fucking fraternities and shit. The Greek fraternities and shit, like, all the black people that participated in like fraternities and all that shit. That's what NAACP is for. That's not for no fucking. But they'll parade on the fucking TV screen like they're for everybody and shit. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't for everybody. You can't run that shit on me. Same thing with that bullshit ass Jet magazine and shit. You don't never see nobody that fucking came up from the mud. You see all these fucking sorority fucking rich black people and shit. Like, that shit is made for fucking elite black people. That is a white supremacists. That's basically what the elite black people are, fucking white supremacists. Anti-war bullshit movement also says they have no funds to help. Yeah, I know, right? Man, it's crazy, man. Hey, it's crazy? No funds to help for the terrorism that we got going on right here in America. but we can fund wars. We can fund other people's wars. We can fucking, you know, we can do all this fucking bullshit, man. Like we can nitpick in the other countries' affairs and shit, and we could tell them like we're killing your fucking leaders because he's tyrannical and fucking he's doing your people wrong. Like we literally tell these people this. It's, it's like America is so fucking backwards and contradictive in everything it does. Like we got domestic terrorism going right here in America. Other places too, but I'm saying America because they like nitpicking in other people's business and shit. Like we got a whole community, a whole organization of fucking tyrannical fucking neighborhood watch groups, fucking the police department. You know, everything's just fucking absolutely fucking corrupt out here right now. Got people making people kill people in themselves and shit. Like just domestic terrorism at its fucking greatest height, man. And we're nitpicking in other people's business. We're helping them out. We're sending them we're sending them major money. We're killing their fucking leaders. And after we kill their fucking leaders, the people get so fucking upset with us, it's crazy and shit. They chant death to America, death to America. Yeah, we make it seem like to us, to the American people, that we're helping these people and we're saving them from tyrannical governments. Yet these people are highly saddened when their fucking leaders get killed. It's just insane what America is, man, and what it stands for. Like I said, man, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but when it comes to that American flag, I can't say it enough. It's just a highly decorated fucking piece of toilet paper. I wouldn't buy that shit unless it came in toilet paper. And that's the only time I'll buy the American flag, is if it comes on a roll and you can fucking put it in the bathroom on a spin bar and wipe your ass with that shit. Follow EFFPRG tens of millions. What's that? Hey, what's going on, Raindrop? Hopefully you've been well. Hopefully all that, well, I know that shit still goes on, but hopefully it's not as bad as it was. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you had moved. These organizations do not care about, no, they don't. They don't, bro. They care about the money, man. They care about the money, man. That's the whole system. The whole system is built off money and greed, man. That's why, you know, you have people that are literally innocent in jail fighting for their life, you know, off of assumptions of another motherfucking human being that just wears a badge, has no type of fucking, you know, you listen to a lot of these police, like, and you watch a lot of these YouTube channels, and you you pay attention to how many times the police get caught up in fucking shit to where they don't understand the law, and they have to call their supervisors, and their supervisors have to look into books and read and fucking actually, like, you have to literally get in an argument with a police, risk getting shot and killed just to argue with a police officer for your fucking rights and shit. Like, you literally have to risk your life just to, be able to fucking obtain your fucking constitutional rights. Like, otherwise, the fucking officer that doesn't know anything about law, doesn't know anything about nothing, is gonna take your rights right away from you and shit. Fucking pull you out the car, slam you on the ground, and once they find out everything is okay, then they try and smooth it out and say, okay, do you understand why I pulled you over? Do you understand? Like, because, they try and talk real nice when they find that, you're the wrong person or they had you wrong and shit. They try and smooth it out so you don't say anything about it and shit. And people fall for that shit, man. People fall. You got to see it from my point of view. Like, we get a call, there's a guy in all black and, such and such and such. I'm just doing my job. No, you're not just doing your job. You're doing a job, but you're not doing your job by the law, motherfucker. And this is the type of shit, like, man, people literally fight for their lives, man, behind these motherfuckers that don't know the law. And I think that's a strategic fucking move on the police department, man. I think they hire a bunch of dummies. I think they just fucking hire a bunch of dummies so they can fucking just, people who profile people who have racism built within them, people who just, it's a strategic move on the police department, man. A bunch of fucking nice guys that don't know the law. or a bunch of evil motherfuckers that portray as nice guys and shit. Portray themselves as nice guys to the open public. And then you get in jail. You get in the courtroom and the police testifies on you and he says, based on my so many years experience, and the people just fucking gobble that shit up. Based on my 10 years experience as a sheriff's officer, when I observed him do this, I automatically you didn't automatically know shit, man. You didn't automatically know shit, man, from all that far back. Based on your fucking 15 years as a sheriff. That doesn't give you bionic eyes, motherfucker. These motherfuckers are crazy, man. And they get away with this shit. It's people literally right now, in jail, innocent as fuck, behind a stupid motherfucker that didn't understand the law. It's crazy. But appointed to protect and serve the people. Literally, like, these people have the power to change your life at the blink of an eye, just off their fucking words. Like, you should hire some more fucking more morality based people, like morally based people. You should fucking hiring all these kids and shit that play video or the gamers and shit. They'd probably be recording motherfuckers and throwing it all on the dark web or throwing it on their gaming stations and shit. Like, these are the dickheads that they fucking put in position. That's why this shit is so fun to a lot of the fucking police and shit, because they're young-minded. They're very young-minded, so it's easy for them to fit into this fucking game that they have surrounding us. If you look it up on YouTube, you can watch the entire shooting in Sacramento as it's happening. Yeah, this one, I gotta check it out again, because this one channel, I heard the gunshots, I just didn't see nothing. Another day in the life. Yeah, another day in the life. I know that's right. Another day in the life. Keep your dash camera rolling 24/7. Film it all 360 all around the van. Man, I wish I could do that, man. The 360 thing. Film. I Ideally they should have excellent training and pay. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, you put these people in charge of the open public's life and shit, man. These people have the power to change your life just off their words. Like when they say the pen is mightier than the sword, like that's real fucking shit, man. You know, they can. You know how many police have lied on people, man? Like, like you might have fucking, like, that's why when I was in that life, man, I ran from the police once. Like I ran, like, I'm not talking about like if they're far away, like if I notice them from a distance and they're coming, of course, like, you're gonna run. But like when they actually approached me and they actually got like face to face to me and all that shit, it only took one time for me to run away from them, and no, never to do that shit again, man. Like, just the ass whoopings, a ass whooping and a couple extra charges and shit that were never there, like them actually doing extra shit, putting extra fucking charges on my fucking, my fucking thing. Not to ever do that shit again, man. And then you see fucking, like, they get really fucking mad when you run from them. Sometimes, like, they'll fucking, like, you'll run from them and they'll fucking chase you down. And if they can't get you, they'll fucking let their fucking police dog fucking get out there and fucking hunt you fucking down, especially like if you hiding somewhere. And it's man, they will let that fucking dog chew your ass up, man. It's so many people in jail with fucking, and them fucking canines, them German Shepherds ain't no fucking pit bull. Like, a pit bull, it'll lock onto you and fucking shake and shit. It might tear something, but that motherfucker most likely it's gonna be locked in one spot. Like, them fucking German Shepherds and shit, man, when they bite you, like, they shred. Like, those fuckers, they bite and they shred. They pull back. They bite, they shred, they pull back. And you see people's whole fucking calves and shit, like, rip the fuck off, like missing chunks out their calves and chunks out their arm and shit from them fucking German Shepherds and shit. And the police, man, they're vindictive as fuck, man. You don't you don't run from no cop, like, cause they'll get you down, they'll fucking punch you, they'll fucking, yell out, stop resisting, you won't even be resisting, and they'll be saying, stop resisting, punching you all in your fucking face. You'll be like, I'm not resisting. They'll be like, shut up, stop resisting, punching you in your fucking face. Just, yeah, man. So these are a lot, we're dealing with a lot of fucking kids, like, and, they're not professional with what they do. They're working based off emotions and shit. A lot of these people. And if it's fun to them, they're gonna play the game. That's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. So that's why it's easy for the police to fucking sit there and gaslight you and smile at you and shit. These are evil fucking kids we're dealing with. These are the children of the future. Fucking Whitney Houston was singing about. Whitney Houston and fucking Michael Jackson and fucking Bobby Brown and all the fucking that we are the world, we are the children bullshit. Like, these are the fucking evil fucking children they lied to us about in that fucking song. Oh man, these were the fucking children of the future they were talking about. Ooh man, let's see. Okay. I'm exhausted. I have to catch some sleep. I'll be back around. Okay, hey, take care, Raindrop. Good seeing you. Or good hearing from you. Good hearing from you. That's facts with these dirty cops. Yeah, man. And it's getting to the point to where you never really used to hear about. I mean, once in a while, you used to hear about fucking. People are actually running up on the fucking police and killing the police right now, man. Or that's what they're saying on the mainstream news. Like, it's been a whole lot of police shootings and shit. And people ain't just running up on police and killing police just to kill fucking police, because police have been doing dirty shit for a long time. Police have been fucking setting people up, fucking robbing drug dealers and all types of shit, and haven't been killed for that shit. So, when you're putting psychological warfare as a motherfucker, man. None of us would go that fucking far. We wouldn't even think about going that far, killing the fucking police. But, everybody can't take this fucking shit, man. And psychological warfare is enough to make a motherfucker go over the edge and do that shit, man. Because, a person isn't even, like, once you pull that person out of his character or her character and shit, like, motherfuckers are not built for psychological. Nobody, like, like, in the military, the psychological warfare they go through is nothing compared to the psychological warfare we go through. Plus, they don't go through it as long as we go through it. Like, we go through heavy fucking psychological warfare. Heavy. And their shit is nowhere compared to ours. Yet, a lot of these motherfuckers kill themselves. Like, a lot of them don't make it past boot camp and shit because the psychological warfare is so fucking heavy. They feel within themselves like they can't go through like 9 months and 10 months of this shit. Like, they can't go through 10 fucking months of this fucking boot camp training or however long you gotta go through that shit. Fucking drill sergeant telling them that their mothers just did some sexual act on them, calling them fucking bitches, and those people literally fucking blow their brains out. So if you do a suicide rate search in the military, in the fucking suicide, search suicide rate in the military, just in boot camp. You feel me? So just imagine, they're going through however many months, which ain't very long, which is probably long with psychological warfare, but compared to what we're going through and how long we've been going through it, it's pennies on the dollar. Like, so, when you're hitting people with that type of this heavy a psychological, a motherfucker's gonna do anything, man, to protect their sanity or just like be like, fuck, man, I can't live like this, and I'm not just killing myself. These people are gonna make me take my life, then I'm fucking gonna take their lives. Like, no fucking sound-minded person is just gonna fucking, it's a real you know, uh, it, I would have to say, like, that person would have to be a fucking angel to let the very same motherfuckers who made him take his life to let them live. Like, you have to be very angelic type of person, like, you know. And even then, like, that contradicts your beliefs and shit, because, you know, it's like one of the highest sins to pay for suicide. So, like, when you make a person who's really deep in their faith take their lives, knowing that that's an unforgivable sin, and they still let you live, like, you know. Saying all that to say, man, you know, the police aren't exempt from this shit. Police aren't exempt from getting murdered. You see, it's a lot of targeted individuals that have taken shots at cops. Well, I won't say a lot. Well, yeah, quite a bit. Like 3 that I know of. Not that I know, but that I know of, that I've seen on TV or on you know, on the reports and shit. And even the old man in I believe it was Miami, the old man they killed that was targeted. Like, he had a gun and pointed it at him and shit. Like, so you hear about these police shootings and shit. The police shootings are cover-ups, hands down. I believe a lot of these police shootings have to do with targeted individuals and shit. A lot of them. Actually, it was a report on a post. Somebody ambushed the police about a couple weeks ago, somewhere. You know, and that's where you back people up against the wall, man. There's nobody in the world that wants to go out shooting at the fucking police. You know, that's you know, and most likely if they can catch you alive, you know, they'll kill you, don't get me wrong, but you know, when you fucking shoot at the police and shit, like, you know, if they can catch you alive, oh my God, you're gonna have hell to pay in that jail. You're gonna have hell, and you know this. You know this, especially if you've been there before. You know, like, they're gonna put you in one of those fucking cells, and they're gonna make you feel every bit of it, every fucking bit of it, for like 2 or 3 weeks. You're gonna be lumped up in one of those fucking cells, beat the fuck up every fucking day, every shift change, beat the fuck up, and then they're gonna finally kill you. They're gonna beat you to death, and then tell the public that you committed suicide. They're gonna make sure, like, they're gonna fucking, you think fucking death by 1,000 cuts is crazy? Oh man. They, in Sacramento jail, they used to put, you know, they used to have those people that, you know, like, were fucking, they were fighting life cases and shit. So they, you know, they get on them fucking cuckoo bird pills and shit, so to make their time easier, and they don't have to think about that shit, and it makes them fucking crazy. They be, you know, they be rubbing shit all on the wall, spitting at the police, and you know, and the fucking police, like, they'll fucking extract them from the cell, put a net over their face, and they'll do this to anybody. Even if you piss them off, you say the wrong thing, they'll fucking strap a net over your face, and fucking you know, so you can't spit at them or see. You can't see. It's like a real meshy net. It's a mesh net. You can. The holes are just microscopic enough for you to breathe out of them and shit. And fucking, they put that shit over your fucking head and strap you down to this fucking wheelchair. Oh, they strap you down to the wheelchair. And, oh, here we go. With this domestic terrorism shit. They fucking strap you down to the fucking wheelchair. And they give you what you call an elevator ride, which lasts all fucking day. An elevator ride is like where they put you in the corner of the fucking elevator, and every fucking police officer that's an asshole walking there, every fucking asshole cop that's a fucking, coming and going from the elevator, they might be going to a floor where they gotta go fucking, work, because it's like 8 floors. It's like 8 floors. It's like it's the basement. You go off, the elevator goes to the basement all the way to the 8th floor. And you got kitchen workers, you got fucking, all free staff though. No inmates go on a separate elevator. But all the free staff in the police elevator, they'll put you in there, strap you to the wheelchair, put the mesh net over your fucking face so you can't see nobody or fucking spit or none of that shit. And anybody that's an asshole, fucking, they walk in there and just fucking smack your fucking head. They fucking smack your head. They fucking, they'll kick the fucking wheelchair. They'll do anything, like anybody. Just they'll take their day out on you. And some people have worse days than others. Some cops have worse days than others and shit. It's just the luck of the elevator ride. Like, if you fucking get that wrong day, you get really fucked up. Some of them, they put on that leather glove and shit and just smack you and shit so they can't fucking, and it's not no fucking, this ain't no fucking, these ain't no fucking love taps and shit. Like, these are fucking, they know that you've done something to piss a police officer off, so, you're getting all that punishment. Like, you're not in that elevator for no reason. Like, you're gonna get the fucking worst of the worst. Like, motherfuckers be leaving them elevator rides. And if you're not no prestigious motherfucker, like you ain't got no family backing you and shit like that, yeah, or no fucking money in your family, or not related to no judges or no shit like that, there is nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, man. They do all that shit and they haven't been killed for shit like that. Like, doing shit like that, they haven't been killed. So, what we go through, man, is enough to make people do that. Luckily, we're not that type of fucking, on this channel, we're not that type of fucking, we wouldn't do that shit to no cops, or, we're not into killing people, man. That's not us, man. We don't want to kill nobody. We don't want no trouble with nobody, man. We just want to fucking live our lives and shit, man. We're not, we're just trying to get out of this fucking program and shit, man. That's all. We don't want to see it. We ain't trying to make anything no worse than what it already is, man. We already got lies on top of lies. We don't need to add any truth to their fucking bullshit. It's gonna keep happening though, man. It's gonna keep it happening, no doubt. Psych Warriors daily. We're fighting for our lives. That daily, man. Every day. That's why I tell everybody, like, we need to get it. Like, we don't realize, like, exactly what, like, we're going through, like, some shit. Like, we know we're going through some shit, but we don't know how serious the shit, like, we're going through. Like, if this was college and shit, if psychological warfare was college and shit, like, we damn near have our bachelor's degrees, how long we've been going through this shit. Like, when you think about it, this, people, and no breaks, though. No fucking seasons off, no fucking, spring break, no none of that shit. Like, this is fucking, for me, going on 12 years, and then other people like 20, 30 years, and even 6 months of this shit. But I'm just saying, like, this is like a fucking college course of this fucking shit. A college graduate, like, like, I don't know how long people in college go to college, man, but I don't think it's for no fucking 11 years or no shit like that. I don't care if you're studying a bit. Maybe, but shit. That's a lot of fucking education, man. That's a lot of fucking education, man. Like, and for them to be hiring people on the basis of, you're too fucking you're overqualified for this shit. Talk about overqualification, like, we're overqualified. Like, they should fucking take us, or we should have been taken off this program. Especially, they tell people they're investigating us and shit. Like, how long does the investigation have to go on before you realize the motherfucker ain't doing shit? Like, you've been investigating motherfuckers for years, motherfucking. Let you tell it. But, the real story will come out. You've been getting paid off experimenting off people, using psychological warfare to get people to pass your gun laws and shit. Because it's going to work. It's gonna work. That's why every fucking shooting that a TI does, they get on the news immediately and start talking gun laws with that fucking con man smile and that this is enough is enough. Yeah, enough is enough. So stop fucking harassing people with psychological warfare, motherfucker. Lying to the fucking general public. And they always got a fucking blue shirt on. Always got a powder fucking blue shirt on. The powder blue shirt boys. Crazy, man. Running with psychological warfare operations on the general public. And everybody from every side is dying. The innocent, the victims, and the harassers. Now the police are dying. The string pullers. The string pullers. The only one that really doesn't die is the government. The actual ones telling, putting it out there. Causing all this chaos and shit. The mayor ain't dying. None of the mayor's people aren't dying. Why aren't they dying? Why is... They got a whole chain of motherfuckers dying. They got the police dying. They got the targets dying. They got the harassers dying. And they got the innocent general public dying. In masses too, because people was running up on squad cars with like 2 police in it and fucking shooting at the fucking cars with the police in it. Like, that ain't no fucking gangbanger. That ain't no fucking, that's nobody but somebody who's been hit with psychological warfare and is just fucking completely tired of the shit. That's all that is. And then it's happening periodically though. Like, this is shit that you never heard happening until this fucking program came out. Like, you heard about police dying, but like, that was like the mob or some, like, back in the day, the 70s and shit, like big time drug dealers. It's too many fucking cameras. People, it's too many people ain't doing it. People ain't even robbing banks no more. People damn sure ain't running up on the fucking police and shooting the police, man. Technology is a motherfucker, and everybody knows that. Like, the big brother is fucking established his fucking, his place in the world to where everybody knows, and there's no getting away from him. So, when you run up on the police and you shoot the police, there's no getting away. They're gonna find you through the fucking street cameras. They're gonna find you through whatever fucking resources they have, and they have a lot of fucking resources. From the people on the fucking streets to the fucking camera phones to the satellites to the fucking street bulbs, they know all that shit. And you know, you run up on the police, you're expecting to get caught. That's a motherfucker that don't give a fuck no more. That's a motherfucker that's just tired of being tired and just ready to leave this fucking planet and don't give a fuck no more. And that's what psychological warfare does to you, man. It pulls you out of your character and makes you not care about life no more. You know, you care about life, but it pushes you over the edge, man. It pushes you over the edge, man. Then it pushes you over the edge so much you get vindictive with it. You don't care what you do to, you just want to prove your fucking point. Like you just want to make a motherfucker pay. That's why we got to be careful, because they know this, they know how this program makes us feel, and that's why they use a lot of fucking homeless people and shit on us and shit, because, you know, they know eventually we're going to react, you know, so they want to kill two birds with one stone. That's why they drive around in their fucking luxury cars with one headlight and try and trigger you and shit, and then they send their fucking foot soldier homeless people at you. Most likely you'll hop out on one of them and fucking do something. And that's what they need. They just need the fucking smoke and mirrors. Sick people we deal with, man. Sick crooks, con men. Like, you know, you gotta be I wonder how many motherfuckers sat around the round table and thought this one up, man. Oh, man, those round table meetings must be a motherfucker, man. All the new tactics, all the fucking upcoming tactics they want to try, all the psychological warfare bullshit, all the noise campaigns. We're going to try and use this frequency. We're going to try and tweak this frequency out. Oh, man. We're going to drive them crazy. We're going to drive them crazy. We're going to give them sleep deprivation all this fucking weekend. And see how he turns out Monday. See if he can go perform at work. Make all the people at work think he's on drugs. Cause his eyes, he's got bags and shit under his fucking eyes. Make him look like a party. Make him look like a party animal. Then we'll hit him with some frequencies and make gray fibers come all out and make... Then we'll hit him with some frequencies and make our Morgellons fibers come out and make him look all fucking unshaven. Unshaven and fucking drug addict-y. Because that's what they do when they hit you with those frequencies. Those fucking flakes under your skin have fibers, man, and they grow like fucking roots and shit. And they hit you at different spots and shit. It's really fucked up, man. It's really fucked up, but they have frequencies that they direct at you for anybody. If you notice Morgellons, it looks like dandruff. It's flaky like fucking dandruff, but it has fucking fibers attached to it. And these things go under your fucking skin. They're living fucking. They're living, and everybody has it. Like, there's no fucking. You talk shit about somebody, you talking shit about yourself too, because you got that shit as well. Like, you know, and that shit's not no fucking joke. Their weapons make that shit wake up. Like, their frequency weapons make that shit fucking, you know, it controls it. And that's why a lot of people have fucking, you know, a lot of people, if your skin is like sensitive and all that shit, man, that shit will fuck you up, man. It'll open you up. It'll fucking, you know, you'll have sores with fibers and shit coming all. It's really fucked up. And all they have to do is point those frequency weapons at you, and that fucking shit grows like you put a bean in dirt. I don't know if anybody's fucking did any type of fucking shit like that when you were a kid, but you fucking, you put a bean in dirt, how a bean sprouts and shit, and like real fast in a couple days. That's how this fucking frequency shit works with the fucking more gallons and shit. But you'll notice too. You'll notice, like, especially people who don't have gray hair and shit. All of a sudden, you have gray hairs and shit, and then you think you have gray hair, but it's not gray hair. It's fibers and shit. It's fibers that they're fucking. It's reacting to their frequencies and shit. Cause that's what it is. It's actually a living. It's actually a living, and it's robotic as well. Like it's it's nanotechnology. And we breathe it in every day. We eat it every day. It's in our food. It's on our plants. Organic is not organic no more because everything is touched by nanotechnology, and that shit falls from the sky, falls from the airplanes. All that chemtrail shit, nanotechnology. So don't think you ain't got it. Then you can detox yourself. You can detox yourself, and it's good to detox yourself, but you'll be infested within the next day. Like, that's how bad it is, because we breathe it in 24/7. We eat it, we drink it. They even put it in our food. They put it in our clothes. And that shit travels it's living. So that shit travels from the clothes they put it in. That shit travels into your body. The shit that in your body, it travels back into your clothes. It's fucking. Pretty soon you're gonna be a walking, talking, fucking. They're gonna be able to. You could be walking down the street and the fucking satellite will just be able to tap onto you, and the nanotechnology on your clothes is gonna communicate with the nanotechnology in your body, and it's gonna be able to tell your fucking blood temperature, your heart rate, all that fucking shit, man. Just with the satellites and shit, because your body is communicating with your fucking everything. Your body's communicating with everything now. Communicating with fucking their smart devices. Oh man. In a way, people who aren't in the know, people who, I don't want to say people who have weak minds and shit, because it's not about having a weak mind. It's just the nature of the technology and how it works and what it works on. But, like, people are gonna be able to be fucking, manipulated into killing people and shit like that. And they might not be killers and shit, but this nanotechnology is putting, they're using shit to fucking, suggestions, giving you the power of suggestion and shit. Like, they're using their power of suggestion to fucking communicate in your brain and fucking make you think it's your thoughts and shit. Like, this is why you have fucking people killing their kids and shit like that, because you got your military and shit. It's crazy. I've moved in. Not moved in. I've been with my. I've been since I've been targeted. Where my mom stays. Since in the 11 years or however long I've been targeted, my mom has had like 6 different fucking neighbors. 6 different neighbors move in. And every time, I swear, every time, and it takes a minute for me to get to my mom's house. Because even though my mom targets me and shit, she has a complication from birth, from being shaken and shit. So she's kind of, she doesn't, she's kind of, she doesn't, she's she's not all the way there. I don't want to say not all the way there, but she just doesn't think like an adult, if you will. And you know, or she does. She thinks like she's just, you know, she has complications, and like she can take care of herself and all that. But you know, she's had like 6 or 7 different neighbors moving, and every time I go there, it's like those are the fucking neighbors that fucking, like, I'll get there and like 5 minutes after I get there, they don't ever be there when I get there, but like 5 minutes after I get there, they'll pull up, cause I hear the dogs barking and shit. The dogs will start, and the way the apartments is set up, it's like a house in the front, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 apartments in a strip road though. Like it looks like how a motel would be. But it's a real thin driveway, so thin to where like when you pull in, you gotta back out. You gotta back out, and it's a long. So the way it's set up, my mom's at the end, and it's her neighbor, and then it's two houses next to that, and the house in the front, and everybody, like, you know, the parking is so fucking narrow and shit that you know, the houses are so close and shit, like you gotta park the way you park, the way you pull in is the way you back out. Like, that's the way you park. So everybody has a strip of parking and shit. So when they get out, like, I can tell because the dogs are barking, and the van is parked so close by the door and shit of her house. So, you know, it's real easy to hear the dogs barking. And every time I look out, they're just fucking pulling up. And when I leave, they fucking get in their fucking car, and they fucking and they back out. And it's just fucking crazy, man, how it's fucking crazy how long these people have fucking been doing this shit, man. 11 fucking years. Same routine. Same everything. They've gotten so far, like, I know where they live, and they fucking one headlight me and like across the street and shit. They're across the street. Like, I know where you fucking live, and you one headlight me every time I fucking, like, why wouldn't you think that one day I'm gonna flip out and do, like, why would you want to show me where the fuck you live? Like, you know, if it ever came to the point to where I didn't give a fuck or something, I want to give a fuck, like, you know, it's not like I'm gonna fucking come at you all fucking erratic and fucking knock on your door and say fucking come outside, I'm gonna fucking shoot you or some shit, and give you some fucking thought that I'm gonna retaliate on you. Like, I would wait until the fucking time is right when you're all outside having your fucking family barbecue, and then I would do what the fuck, you know. But I'm not like that. Thank God I'm not like that. But what makes you think that I'm not like that? Like, what? Like, the audacity of some of these people, the just cockiness of these fucking people, like, they can just do anything to anybody and they're not gonna get no type of retaliation for it. It's fucking insane to me. Like, that's like selling dope out of your fucking house. Like, you might not get caught, but, you know, you got your wife, you got your fucking kids, you got your whole fucking family in this house, and you're selling dope out your house. You gotta worry about the fucking police coming in and snatching you up in front of your kids. Maybe you got a motherfucker that wants to rob you and shit. You gotta worry about your whole fucking family. And that's, you know, it's not selling dope or nothing on that level, but, you know, the same principle still stands. You're fucking harassing somebody out of your house with psychological warfare. That's worse than selling dope. Like, that's You know, you're fucking with somebody that's, you know, especially for as long as I've been fucked with. Like, they're lucky. Like, they're fucking lucky. Because those are the places that I would fucking go for. Are places where I know they're, like, I'm not going for no innocent people. I'm going where I know for sure I've been harassed. You know, if I ever wanted to retaliate on these fucking people, I know I can't get all of them, but I know exactly where a few of them live. I know exactly where a few of them work. They do it to me every fucking day. It's not going to be hard for me to retaliate on the people I need to get to, like, to prove my point, like, or to fucking feel satisfied and fucking having to lose my life for these fuckers, like, you know. And I'm talking families. I'm not talking about one or two fucking people. Families of these motherfuckers gang stalked me. So thank God that I'm not like that. Thank God that I fucking, you know, I'm leaving it in God's hands. And, you know, that's something they should be very thankful for. And a lot of us, all of us on this channel, we're leaving this shit in God's hands. And excuse me, that's legitimate. And this is what these people should be thankful for, man. You know, every day they fucking wake up and fucking gang stalk and harass somebody and shit. They need to be thankful that they still have their fucking lives, man. Especially if they've been doing this shit for generations and generations. And I don't care how tough and how fucking strong and fucking all that shit you think you are and shit. Your fucking body ain't gonna deflect no fucking bullet. You're gonna walk up on the wrong person with that intimidation shit because the police want you to push that psychological warfare out on them, and you're gonna get your fucking brains blown out. Because everybody ain't going for that bullshit, man. And people are being tired and getting sick and fucking tired of being harassed with fucking psychological warfare. And you know, that's why fucking 10 people are fucking dead at the VTA right now. That's why police are getting their fucking lives taken. They're having to sweep shit under the rug. Little kids are getting their lives taken, and that shit's getting swept under the rug. You know, colleges are getting shot up. Schools are getting shot up, and every time they sweep that shit under the fucking rug. You know, eventually that shit's gonna fucking, you know, before fucking everybody, the police included, realize that they're being put in some type of fucking bullshit game and shit, getting paid and shit to put their lives on the line in a real life. You know, the police need to fucking wake up and recognize they're being used as fucking puppets as well, but they're too stupid. They're just a bunch of fucking young yes men. They don't give a fuck about nobody's life. They don't even give a fuck about their own lives, man. They don't even give a fuck about their own lives. And to let somebody fucking put you up to this type of shit, that's a yes man. That's a fucking yes man. That's not nobody who fucking cares about the law. Whatever they say. If they say fucking go in there and rap these police right here, if they say go into everybody's house, fucking go lock them into the concentration camps. These are the fucking police they fucking you. These fucking police, all they're waiting for is the call. If they want to, and they'll fucking beat you and fucking slam you all into the fucking back of the paddy wagon and take you to one of those concentration camps if the call is made. These people don't give a fuck about you. They put your lives on the line every day. The general public, they put the general public's life in jeopardy every day. You know, not briefing everybody about what's going on. You know, old lady walking down the street with a target bag gets her brains blown out. Why? Because it's a trigger. It done set a targeted individual off. You know, a targeted individual that's sick and tired of being sick and tired of years and years of psychological warfare. And now an innocent old lady happens to be walking down the street and gets her fucking brains blown out because this motherfucker done had enough. Just like the little kid riding on the bike. And you know, a 14-year-old kid, like, you would think that that a sound-minded police officer, that's a yes man to let a fucking kid get swept under the rug like that. A 14-year-old kid. That's a yes man. Like, that's not somebody who has fucking morals or anything. Like, 10 people at the fucking VTA. 10 fucking people. And these people continue to ride around and harass people. Like, they have no conscience. Like, they don't, they have no conscience, man. These people they're very sick, man. And that's sad. We have to live in a world like this where the people actually in charge of fucking protecting and serving the people are putting the people's lives in jeopardy, putting the people's lives in danger. Not only are they doing that, but they're not letting them know. Like, they're literally blindsiding them and shit. Just imagine how many innocent people got killed off these triggers. And that's what they, the thing is, you're not gonna saturate people with triggers and all types of psychological warfare. You're not gonna blend in and fucking marinate them in shit that everybody does on a day-to-day basis. That's not just to fucking, blend it in when we point it out for people to say, oh, everybody does that. That's not just for that. That's for us to take any and everything that these people do, like regular people, the fucking perps, the handlers, everything that they do, is for us to fucking recognize it as fucking harassment. So they're literally blending in the general public. And if, everybody doesn't think on the same level. So, when you see that Target bag, when you see somebody walking with that Target bag, and you've had enough, you're not paying attention to the person that's carrying that Target bag. You're not gonna, a lot of people would, but some people won't. They won't question who's carrying that Target bag. All they know is that they've been fucking harassed with Target bags, and everybody with a Target bag is harassing them. And then there you have it, the old lady or the little kid walking down the street or riding his bike with the Target bag on the handlebars. Just purchased a video game and lost his life behind psychological warfare that the police department has conducted. Then they get on the television and try and look like the good guys, like they came and saved the day, knowing that they're completely behind this little boy's death. Then they lie. They lie, especially with Samuel Cassidy. There's so many loopholes in that and bullshit. It's bullshits in the stories within the fucking stories that they told. There's bullshits within the stories of the fucking stories. Oh, he knew exactly who he was going to get. He knew exactly who he was going to shoot, and he let some people go. Alright, if he knew exactly who he was going to shoot, and he let some people go, why the fuck would he plant a bomb inside the building? Why in the fuck would he plant a bomb inside of the building to kill everybody if he knew exactly who he was going to get? Like, come on, man. Come the fuck on, man. Oh, man. And you got all types of employees getting locked up for verbally threatening the fucking or VTA. You got people being locked up for threatening them and shit. What is the reason for them threatening you? Why are they threatening you? Violently threatening you at that. Why are they threatening violence? Are you pulling something out of their character with your psychological warfare? You pulled something out of Samuel Cassidy's character. You pull him out of character. You're lucky this guy didn't go shooting at you. You're lucky you could get this guy jailed and shit. And it ain't... it ain't no telling how much fucking internal problems they got going on inside of the VTA right now. You know, it's a lot of fucking, you know, it's some good people up in VTA, like, you know, and I just recently fucking, you know, I just recently found it. I don't want to put too much out, but, you know, I just recently discovered that, you know, just on, people let me know, like, they appreciate it without saying too much and doing too much, man. Just a pass by type thing. Like, they let me know, like, they appreciate it, man. And fucking, you know, a lot of those are VTA workers, man. So there's a lot of conflict and bullshit going on in there. You know, mentally, like, people are mentally going through shit right now. People are fucking pissed off that their fucking comrades and fucking years, because this is a fucking, you know, this is a career-based job and shit. So some of these people have been on fucking, you know, this bus system, this very bus system has been around since I was a fucking kid. You know, so, you know, people have fucking been working here for years and years and fucking, you know, on holidays, they invite each other to each other's houses and shit. They've developed somewhat family-like relationships and shit. And, you know, for people to know what their fucking friends have gone through and fucking know what type of harassment is going on there and see what type of harassment is going on there still to this very day on a day-to-day basis. People are getting tired of that shit, man. You don't want to work for no shit like that. And then this shit is weighing heavy on your conscience and shit. You know, you don't want to work for these fucking people, man. And eventually this shit's gonna come out, man, to where, like, the police aren't gonna be able to, you know, camouflage themselves as the good guys no more. And I don't give a fuck what they do to me. Because I know it's a lot of fucking police on here. It's 16 fucking people, and that's not just fucking targeted individuals. You know, I don't give a fuck what you guys do to me. Like, you know, people are gonna recognize you guys for who the fuck you are, man. Straight up. Like, there's no getting away from this shit. Like, you literally fucking pulled the fucking tail light out of my fucking vehicle to fucking blend me in with you guys and shit. And I'm gonna let people know every fucking second until you fucking replace my fucking tail light. I'm gonna let everybody know every minute of the second that I'm not a part of you guys and you guys are trying to blend me in with you. Off top. Until you fucking put my tail light back, that's what it is. I'm finna let everybody know you motherfuckers did this. You're not fucking finna blend me in with you and make me look like a domestic terrorist. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Trying to ride in lines with me. Everybody got a fucking one tail light. And it's like two fucking people in front of me with one tail light, and then I got one tail light and shit trying to blend me in with. Look at the fucking police in the car with his light. See him with his fucking police light, piece of shit. Nobody cares about your light, you domestic terrorist piece of shit, domestic terrorist cop. Yeah, man, these people, man. Straight domestic terrorists, man, and nobody cares about that shit. Nobody cares. People are gonna wake up to you fucking police, man. People are gonna wake up to you getting people killed. It's happening every day. And the crazy thing is, you guys get blatant. You try and get so blatant. You try and be so blatant. And you know, when people fucking try and, you know, your blatancy is your greed of the fucking program. Your urge to fucking put people down and hurt people and psychologically put people through warfare and, you know, break people and shit. Your greed for that is gonna be, you know, that's gonna be the root cause of your fucking the falling of your kingdom, if you will. Like, that's how the fucking That's how your kingdom is gonna fall. And it's gonna be, you're gonna have to fucking you run back into the shadows and go into hiding again for however long until you come up with a different name. But I hope by then every targeted individual is in the position to sue you motherfuckers. To the point it breaks your fucking system and takes all your fucking money. Takes all your fucking money. Knocks all your fucking political fucking people out the fucking way and brings on a whole new fucking position of power. And it kind of strikes me how they use so many foreigners in this fucking shit, from Russians to Chinese to fucking East India, fucking, you name it. Every fucking nationality is a participant in this. I'm just waiting to see if, like, when this fucking program, if this fucking program falls, like, if they use it to be able to fucking go into somebody's country and say that they're the root cause of this problem. We need to go into their country and start war. Almost like the fucking Twin Towers and shit. Blame it on the fucking, use a certain race to blame it on so they could go steal their natural resources. That's one thing about America. Like, there's always a fall guy for their bullshit. That's one. They do it smart though. That's strategic as fuck. That is strategic as fuck. They let everybody into your fucking border. You let everybody into your border. You do something to your own fucking people, and then you automatically make it look like it's a different, forget the fact that these people are American now. Forget the fact that the people here are fucking American. When they do a terrorist act, they're not American no more. They're all of a sudden fucking terrorists from fucking whatever country and shit. So that gives us the right to go to their fucking country and kill women, children, and kids to get fucking oil and shit. Or whatever it is that you want. Gold, all that shit. America is strategic, I tell you that. They know psychological warfare like a motherfucker. They know. All they gotta do is put a picture right now of a fucking Chinese man. and relate them to this fucking program. And everybody that doesn't know about this program, and even the people who do, they'll act like they're mad at the Chinese people. America makes us think that they're in such a conflict with China. America tries to make us think that them and China are, but when you think about it, like, all these fake arguments on the news about China's gonna hold their fucking products and they're not giving that shit Hawaii and all that, Hawaii or whatever the fuck, that shit is all bullshit. Psychological warfare. Trust me, they're hand in hand. Just like this pandemic, that shit went hand in hand. Like, they both concocted this story, put it out there. Right after the George Floyd incident. It's just all fucking. Or was it before or after? Might have been before. But, all this shit just, everything correlates with, everything's like a message to each other, man. Everything was symbolic. Everything from the coronavirus to the George Floyd, all that shit was communication between each other, man. A show for us and a message for them. but show for us and a message for them. All that bullshit chaos started around the same time. All that was is like a paragraph of fucking secrecy. Whether he really died or he didn't die, everything was symbolic about that shit. From the Chinese man standing in the front to the white guy with his fucking knee on the black guy's neck. All that shit is symbolism. Symbolism. Let me see. Yeah, you know what's crazy though? You know, you gotta think like a president. Especially, you gotta think like a president of your country when it comes to the Putin thing. I know it's not. I don't believe in war. Like, I don't agree with war, put it like that. If it's gonna be a war, it should be war, you know, you do that between the fucking governments. Like, you don't fucking innocent women, children, and people that don't have nothing to do with that shit, nothing to do with your fight, nothing to do with your fucking bullshit, then you don't, you shouldn't fucking induce them in that shit. Like that, you shouldn't add them into your fucking bullshit. It should be governments against governments. You guys should be going to fucking bomb the military bases and the fucking, the government buildings and shit, not people's houses and shit like that. But, like, if you're thinking like Putin, man, when you look at it, see, they only tell one side of the fucking story. I think that's what it is. People, if you gotta make it, like, as wrong as it is to do the way he's doing it, because I seen, like, I seen the Russian soldiers, they shot some old people, man, in a fucking car. Like, they were fucking in the tank, and it was like some old people, old man and his wife and shit were fucking driving in a car, and the tank just went up to the car and looked at the people and lit that motherfucker up and turned around and went about his business. That was fucked up. But if you're thinking like that president and shit, like, these people, you're already in conflict with America, and you're lightweight in conflict with Ukraine and shit. Like, you're not at war basis conflict with Ukraine, but you guys have your conflictions and shit. So for you to fucking, that you're right next door to me, and I have problems with America. Me and America are beefing. We got, they've already, trying to send their fucking spies, and they say we rigged the election and all types of, it's been some ongoing shit with America and Russia. So for you to let them come fucking put some, nuclear war fucking batteries or vessels or whatever you want to fucking call that shit right here in the backyard, hell nah. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. You're not gonna be pointing no fucking nuclear shit at my fucking country. Shit, me and you already got problems. We got little problems. Me and you already got little problems. Me and Ukraine, or Russia and Ukraine, already got small problems with each other. How small do you think those problems are gonna be when fucking Ukraine gets those fucking nuclear war fucking vessels in their fucking backyard? It's not gonna be no small problems no more. It's gonna be we got America with us. We're the big bully now. Talk that shit if you want now, Putin, if you want to. You can talk that shit if you want to now, Putin. So, it's gonna turn those missiles or whatever they would have fucking put in the backyard, that would have turned fucking Ukraine into a bully. Like, the Ukraine would have been a bully against Russia, and Russia wasn't gonna go for that. Putin ain't no fucking pushover president, man. He started from the dirt. Like, he was in the fucking, he was a guerrilla and all that shit. Like, he started from the ground up, from being a soldier and all that shit. Like, so he's not no fucking, he's a strategic motherfucker. He knows how to think. And whereas somebody else would have let them put that shit in their backyard, like, he wasn't gonna go for that shit. And if you're thinking like a president, that's how you're supposed to think. You're supposed to protect your country. America isn't gonna let fucking Hawaii or America isn't gonna let their next door neighbor point some missiles at them. I guarantee you, if somebody fucking points some fucking missiles in the backyard of, like, somebody close to America, get some, America won't even let fucking Saddam Hussein and all those other look, America goes to fucking Japan, to Korea, to fucking Saudi Arabia, and tell them they can't have no fucking military weapons of mass destruction. Do you think they're gonna let somebody next door fucking have that shit? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm not for no fucking politician or president or none of that shit, but when you're looking at the reality of the situation and shit, like, Putin isn't doing nothing that he isn't supposed to do, man. He's protecting his country. It's just sad that the people who, have nothing to do with it have to, get caught in the crossfire and shit. Like, a lot of the ways that they're killing people and trying to express their points and shit is completely wrong. But at the same time, like, there's no rules to fucking war, man. And it's fucked up. Governments around the world, man, are just fucked up, man. And that's why the world is fucked up, just because the governments, if the governments allowed the people to be people, then it indoctrinate them with no fucking like this matrix that we're in is just complete bullshit. If people were able to fucking be people, build their fucking own homes and just not have to deal with none of this shit, man, it would be a much more peaceful place, man. Just taking money out of the equation. Take money out of the equation. Take this, take money out of the equation and make it trade. Like, just trade. Like, trade back in the day, like they used to do back in the day. Fucking trade. Fucking grow your own food and all this shit. Like, the world would be so much peaceful, man, but all this fucking dividing people up into classes and it's just this is a created matrix. Look at the death threats. This is a created matrix, man, that we have to live in. And a lot of the reasons people do what they do is not natural, man. It's not. This isn't the natural way. They've been indoctrinated with all types of fucking, psychological warfare is, it's at a bigger scale than people, like, this shit is on TV. It's in the entertainment. it's everywhere. Every aspect of life, man. They induce that shit. Look at the death threat right there. No lights. See how he stops and makes me see that he has no headlights. Fucking piece of shit. Then he turns. You see that? They're little death threats and shit. Like, trying to scare me and shit. Intimidate me. Like, that shit works. Oh, man. I tell them every day, I know you're gonna do something. You don't have to threaten me. Yet, it still fucking tickles their tinker to fucking show me. Or try and intimidate me or whatever it is they want to do. SJPD, man. SJPD, man. There's some cold murderers out here. There's some cold murderers out here, I tell you, man. And they get people murdered with a smile on their face. You know, I think about all the shit, like, all the shit that they've done to me, man, through the fucking, and I'm not talking about the fucking stabbing or none of that shit. We'll leave that to the side, but I'm just talking about all the fucking with my vehicle, all the hit and run shit, all the vandalism, all the fucking vulgar fucking bullshit they spat at me, all the fucking, somebody in my family dies and they fucking regurgitate that shit, third party, and you know, all this fucking fake tickets and trying to make me pay fake fines, and you know, from even fucking up my fucking, you know, or trying to fuck up, you know, how I fucking earn little incomes and shit, like, you know, just the amount, like, I like literally like, I surprised myself that fucking, like, that's why I say, man, we gotta give ourselves pats on the back, man, because, you know, we're literally surviving some shit, man. This is more serious than a lot of us think. You know, people fucking killed, like, off the smallest amount of this shit. People kill their families. You know, people can't go on with life, and they feel like, hey, if I can't have you, no one will. And they'll fucking take out their whole fucking families because, you know, they don't want to see their family. They don't want to die and see their families. Like, this is, you know, a person that wants to commit suicide is going to commit suicide and let their fucking family live and shit. Usually a person who feels that, like, they have to take their life on some organic shit, you know, they're just going to take their life and leave a suicide note behind. But when you're being forced with psychological warfare, and these people are doing this to you, you know that means you don't really want to take your life. When you take your fucking family's lives, and the people that you love close to you, like, you know, you can't go on like this, and you don't want to see your family with nobody else, and you got to take them with you. You got to take them with you. You don't really want to go, so you feel more comfortable taking your family with you. Like, that's what psychological warfare does, man. And it's sad, man. It's sad, man. So we gotta pat ourselves on the backs, man, because we're still here, man. Not only have we fucking been able to survive, but, you know, we've been able to fucking, to a high caliber, keep our fucking wits about ourselves and shit. Like, at the very least, we should be some You know, we should be walking up and down the street talking to ourselves and shit from all the frequencies and man. And I don't care how long you've been going through it. You could be going through it for 2 weeks, 2 years, 12 years, 14, 25, man. You know, we're literally soldiers fighting for America right now, trying to expose this shit. Like we're on the battlefield right now. We're just as important as any fucking military soldier out there on the front lines of Afghanistan and shit. Like we're on the front lines of the fucking, you know, psychological fucking aspect of that shit. It's a silent civil war, ladies and gentlemen. They have us fighting and killing each other. And the elite at the top eating their fucking cheesesteaks. Fucking on the what is it? VIP section of the football games and basketball games and shit. You know, their business is constantly running. Their business of fucking chaos and mayhem. You know, the death program is on a constant, it's constantly running. It's a system. You don't know when somebody's gonna die from this program, you just know somebody's gonna die from it. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but just as long as somebody dies, it's a system. It's a system that's an ongoing system. And we're a part of that system. We're supposed to. We are supposed to fucking malfunction, twitch, glitch out and shit. Like we're supposed to glitch out and start murdering shit. That's what they want us to do. They want us to glitch out. Like those clones we be seeing on TV. Like those fucking Wendy Williams clones and all that shit. That's how they want us to be. Except we're not clones and shit. But, you know, they want us to glitch out and murder people. Glitch out and murder ourselves. And, you know, it's an ongoing system. It's going to keep going on. It's going to keep happening. Until the program shut down, it's going to keep happening. It's a system. It's a program. You don't have to die today. You don't have to die tomorrow. Just know you're going to die. Somebody. You don't have to kill today. You don't have to kill tomorrow. Just know you're going to kill somebody. Not everybody. But as long as they put as many people as they put in the program, they know. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. What do you call it? You call it, what do they call it when your money grows, but it grows fucking, what do they call that shit? Fuck, I gotta figure it out. That shit's gonna be in my head. Something pay. You know, when your money's coming slow, it's like money that you don't even touch. It's just like, shit. I'm gonna be thinking about that shit now. Fuck, man. I'm gonna be fucking thinking about that shit all day. Shit. Let me go grab this coffee. Fuck, man. something gang, I think. What is that fucking name, dude? Monetary gain. Monetary gain, no. Alright, touching on himself. Coming out the store, touching on himself. Touching on his little wiener. Little wiener boy. A little wiener boy. Touching on his little wiener. Crazy. They should be rushing in. degenerate society, and that is evident. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, we're I think that's what it's called, monetary gain. Monetary gain. It's definitely in days type of fucking scenario we're going through. Sad, man. It's sad how many people participate in this and are good with it. Like, you know, this is shit that you would never think that people would be good with. Not the general people, the general public and shit. Like, this is... Especially when we fucking butt into so many other people's business. Like, we butt into so many different people's fucking affairs. And even the general public has something to say about war and all terrorism, yet, you know, this is shit they have no problem with conducting on other people, or have no problem even seeing it being conducted on other people. Bunch of sick people, man. That's why I can't say it enough. Ladies and gentlemen, please just say no to white supremacy. Predictive policing is white supremacy, and it's a white supremacy that took the lives of 10 people at the VTA, a 14-year-old in Miami, and make no mistake, it'll happen again. More and more people are going to die. Because since the police conduct this program, when you try and make a police report on your harassers, you get deterred with a psychological evaluation. This makes the victim feel helpless, with nothing left to do except kill his or her harassers just to get some peace. So make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, more people will die. Thanks to the American white man. Have a nice day. Thanks for your time. Oh, I should take that back. I should say the American white supremacist. Because it's not just white supremacists. It's black white supremacists, Chinese white supremacists, Indian white supremacists. It's white supremacists of every nationality who participate in this program. Can't forget about the black white supremacists. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch. I am not your nigger, and you are not my master. You cannot and will not control me with your white supremacy, domestic terrorism. trying to bribe me. Piece of shit. They get mad. Look at the tow truck. It was the tow truck with his truck on the back. That little psychological bullshit. Look at the tow truck leaving right there too. See their little psychological games? Look how slow he's going. Trying to get me to look at him and shit. You see their little psychological bullshit games? Telling me they're gonna tow my van. This is what I go through on a day-to-day basis, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, they're trying to trigger me into thinking that I'm gonna lose my van. I might very much so lose my van, but they're trying to scare me. They're trying to fucking trigger me into fucking being all fucking scared and worried about losing my van. That's their fucking thing. So they fuck up my recycle shit. They have their little fucking goonies fuck up my recycle and, you know, try and trigger me like I'm not gonna make enough money to fucking, you know, be able to pay my registration or whatever. So this is the games they like to fucking play. This is their psychological warfare bullshit they like playing. Oh man, they're fucking. I hate these fucking pieces of shit. And you know, like I say, man, when they be getting murdered and shit, like when people kill them, it's not for no fucking reason. Like, you know, you guys earn everything you fucking put out there. When you put this type of fucking, you know, it's an ongoing system. Like I said, when you put this type of energy out, you can't expect nothing but this energy back. And, you know, that's for anybody to expect anything different. You know, you gotta be an arrogant motherfucker. You just gotta be you know, you gotta be really fucking sure of your fucking self, like, to where you're just like, your shit don't stink. Your shit don't stink. All your flowers bud. You know. But, yeah, man. For every action, there's a reaction. For every fucking reaction, for every fucking action, there's a reaction. Babylon World, hell yes, Babylon World, man. Quiet Storm, lost my family members to this evil I'm reading from the bottom up, I'll go back down. From this evil program, yeah. I feel you, Tanya, same here, man. Same here. You good? Yeah, I'm hanging in there, Quiet Storm. Yeah, during her life, yeah. Yeah, man, we really, you know, the crazy thing is we really never know. Well, some of us do, who know they've been going through it for their whole life and shit. But you know, those who don't know if we've been going through it for our whole life, like, you know, I mean, this program is, just imagine, man. People being inserted into your life that you, like, that aren't even real fucking people. People being inserted just to fucking leave some type of psychological thread behind. Something that they'll wake up years and years later. A fucking smell. I think I told you guys this before, like, you know, they've sprayed smells that took me, like, it took me, it's like it warped me back to years and years ago as being a kid, peeking out my bedroom door with my sisters and shit while my mom was throwing parties and shit. and fucking shit like that. It was just, you know, certain smells and shit that took me back to classrooms and shit. Like, literally, the very moment that I smelt that smell, it's like it woke that moment up. And it took me there, like, like, it's crazy the way man. And of course, it could be argued that, you know, everybody wears that smell and shit, and but the way it took the psychological effect on me and took me back to the fucking, it wasn't just like I fucking smelled the smell and fucking I said like, it literally took me, like, and on both occasions, like, it happened twice. On both different occasions, it took me back to certain points and moments in my life, like the exact, like, it knew where the fuck it was gonna take me. If that makes any sense. Yeah, man, so, yeah, shit, man, it's no telling how long we've been in this fucking program. No telling. Equity or interest. Not, I think if you're talking about what I was thinking about, nah, it's like interest. It's like interest, but they use a word. I think it's like monetary gain, or it's another word for when your money grows slow. Um, the naysayers always give the cup of bitterness to the children of Christ, says the servant is not greater than his master. All who follow after will drink from his cup, whether they. Yeah. I think. Let me see. I think I have to read that a couple of times to get it. Bitterness. Land of the depraved, home of the creeps, definitely. Yep. All these fucking, all these people that say they're fucking in the military fighting for us and shit. Which, I mean, there are a good portion. I can't say they're all that way, but, you know, because you do have some of them that refuse to fight wars, that, you know, and they have to be court-martialed and go to jail and all that shit. But the way at the rate they try and promote these fucking these soldiers as heroes and shit, like, even our soldiers in America, man, like, I've seen them in other countries fucking on YouTube. On fucking YouTube, just taking pop shots at innocent fucking people, lighting them up. Joking about it. Giving each other fucking high fives and shit. Shooting innocent fucking people. And they have the audacity to take our fucking shit off YouTube But I commend fucking YouTube for leaving that shit up there so people can see, man. If I can't commend fucking YouTube for anything else, I commend them for leaving that fucking video up so people can see like what really fucking goes on in the fucking heroes that you hold up higher out there fucking killing innocent people, children and shit. Crazy, man. Video gamers. Video gamers. That's one of the fucking Addams family right there. Please quit having your Addams family goon harass me. You don't like that. You don't like that. He's at the light fucking rubbing on his face, hysterically looking at his handler. Look, he keeps looking at his handler. That's the Addams family goon that parks behind you. Can you and the rest of the Addams family please quit harassing me? Fucking goofball.